What's going on, everybody? Sports Player 2.0 Daniel here. And guys, we went 3-0-1 in the NHL, 6-6 in the NBA, and 5-10 in the MLB. So we had a great day in the NHL, not a single game wrong in regulation. One went into overtime and we lost that game that went into overtime. In the NBA, we went 6-6, 500, which is not good, but not bad either. And in the MLB, 5-10. We really need to do better in the MLB. We've been struggling this last 3 days. We've been struggling in the MLB, so we gotta do better in the NBA and in the MLB. So let's move on to tomorrow's games. The Flyers are going to New York to face the Rangers. The Flyers come in at 20-18-7, and the Rangers come in at 23-17-6. The last game for the Philadelphia Flyers, they lost 1-0 in overtime versus the New York Islanders. And for the Rangers, they lost 6-1 versus the New York Islanders. So both teams coming off losses to the New York Islanders. And the likely starters for this game is Brian Elliott for the Philadelphia Flyers and Igor Shesterkin for the New York Rangers. And the New York Rangers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Rangers to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs going to Winnipeg to face the Jets. The Maple Leafs come in at 28-13-5, and the Jets come in at 27-15-3. The last game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they lost 6-3 versus the Vancouver Canucks. And for the Winnipeg Jets, they lost 3-0 versus the Edmonton Oilers. And the likely starters for this game is Jack Campbell for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Connor Hellebuyck for the Winnipeg Jets. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Jets to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Boston Bruins going to Buffalo to face the Sabres. The Bruins come in at 26-12-6, and the Sabres come in at 12-27-7. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Boston Bruins won 2-0. The likely starters for this game is Jeremy Swayman for the Boston Bruins and Dustin Tokarski for the Buffalo Sabres. And the Boston Bruins are a favorite in this one. Give me the Bruins to win this game on the road in Buffalo. Next up, we have the Washington Capitals going to New York to face the Islanders. The Capitals come in at 29-13-4, and the Islanders come in at 29-13-4, the same record. The last game for the Washington Capitals, they lost 6-3 versus the Boston Bruins, and for the New York Islanders, they won 6-1 versus the New York Rangers. And the likely starters for this game is Ilya Samsonov for the Washington Capitals and Semyon Varlamov for the New York Islanders. And the New York Islanders are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Capitals to win this game on the road in New York. Next up, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets going to Tampa Bay to face the Lightning. The Blue Jackets come in at 15-24-9, and the Tampa Bay Lightning come in at 30-14-2. The last game for the Columbus Blue Jackets, they lost 5-1 versus the Florida Panthers, and for the Tampa Bay Lightning, they lost 4-1 versus the Carolina Hurricanes. And the likely starters for this game is Jonas Korpisalo for the Columbus Blue Jackets and Andrei Vasilevsky for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are a favorite in this one. Give me the Lightning to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Carolina Hurricanes going to Florida to face the Panthers. The Hurricanes come in at 30-10-5, and the Panthers come in at 30-12-5. For the Carolina Hurricanes, their last game, they won 4-1 versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, and for the Florida Panthers, they won 5-1 versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the likely starters for this game is Peter Mrazek for the Carolina Hurricanes and Chris Driedger for the Florida Panthers. And the Florida Panthers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Panthers to win this game at home. Next up, we have the New Jersey Devils going to Pittsburgh to face the Penguins. The Devils come in at 14-25-6, and the Penguins come in at 29-14-3. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Pittsburgh Penguins won 7-6. The likely starters for this game is Mackenzie Blackwood for the New Jersey Devils and Tristan Jarry for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And the Pittsburgh Penguins are a favorite in this one. Give me the Penguins to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Dallas Stars going to Detroit to face the Red Wings. The Stars come in at 19, 14, and 12, and the Red Wings come in at 16, 25, and 7. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Dallas Stars won 5-2. The likely starters for this game is Anton Khudobin for the Dallas Stars and Thomas Greiss for the Detroit Red Wings. And the Dallas Stars are a favorite in this one. Give me the Stars to win this game on the road in Detroit. Next up, we have the Colorado Avalanche going to St. Louis to face the Blues. The Avalanche come in at 39-4, and the Blues come in at 19, 18, and 6. The last game these two teams played last time, believe it or not, it was a week ago. These two teams played, and they played each other last game, both of them, and Colorado won that game 4-3. Colorado's coming back from their COVID outbreak, and the likely starters for this game is Devin Dubnyk for the Colorado Avalanche and Jordan Binnington for the St. Louis Blues. And the Colorado Avalanche are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Blues to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Ottawa Senators going to Vancouver to face the Canucks. The Senators come in at 16, 26, and 4, and the Canucks come in at 18, 18, and 3. The last game for the Ottawa Senators, they won 4-2 versus the Calgary Flames. And for the Vancouver Canucks, they won 6-3 versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the likely starters for this game is Matt Murray for the Ottawa Senators and Braden Holtby for the Vancouver Canucks. And the Vancouver Canucks are a favorite in this one. Give me the Canucks to win this game at home. And that does it for the NHL. Let's move on to the NBA. The Suns are going to Boston to face the Celtics. The Suns come in at 42-16, and the Celtics come in at 31-27. I'm going to go with the home team here. Give me the Celtics to win this game at home. Next up, we have the New Orleans Pelicans going to Orlando to face the Magic. The Pelicans come in at 25-33, and the Magic come in at 18-40. And the New Orleans Pelicans are a 7.5 point favorite in this one. Give me the Pelicans to win this game on the road in Orlando. Next up, we have the Philadelphia 76ers going to Milwaukee to face the Bucks. The 76ers come in at 39-19, and the Bucks come in at 35-22. I'm going to go with the 76ers here. Give me the 76ers to win this game on the road in Milwaukee. Next up, we have the Detroit Pistons going to San Antonio to face the Spurs. The Pistons come in at 18-41, and the Spurs come in at 28-29. I'm going to go with the home team here. Give me the Spurs to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Charlotte Hornets going to Chicago to face the Bulls. The Hornets come in at 28-29, and the Bulls come in at 24-34, and the Chicago Bulls are a 2.5 point favorite in this one. Give me the Bulls to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Lakers going to Dallas to face the Mavericks. The Lakers come in at 35-23, and the Mavericks come in at 31-26. I'm going to go with the home team here. Give me the Mavericks to win this game at home. And that does it for the NBA. Let's move on to the MLB. The Mets are going to Chicago to face the Cubs. The Mets come in at 7-6, and the Cubs come in at 8-9. Game 1 of this series was won by the Chicago Cubs by a final score of 3-1. Game 2 of this series was won by the Chicago Cubs by a final score of 16-4. So the Chicago Cubs are looking to sweep the Mets here. The pitching matchup for this game is Joey Lucchesi for the New York Mets and Trevor Williams for the Chicago Cubs. And the New York Mets are a favorite in this one. Give me the Mets to win this game on the road in Chicago. And I don't know what the over-under for this game is, but I'm going to bet the over no matter what. So whatever is there, I'm going to bet the over. Next up, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks going to Cincinnati to face the Reds. The Diamondbacks come in at 8-10, and the Reds come in at 9-8. Game 1 of this series was won by the Arizona Diamondbacks by a final score of 5-4. Game 2 of this series was won by the Arizona Diamondbacks by a final score of 8-5. So the Diamondbacks are looking to sweep the Reds here. And the pitching matchup for this game is Taylor Widener for the Arizona Diamondbacks and Jeff Hoffman for the Cincinnati Reds. And the Cincinnati Reds are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Diamondbacks to win this game on the road in Cincinnati. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates going to Detroit to face the Tigers. The Pirates come in at 8-10, and the Tigers come in at 7-11. Game 1 of this series was won by the Pittsburgh Pirates by a final score of 3-2. Game 2 of this series was won by the Detroit Tigers by a final score of 5-2. And these two games were double headers. So they were 7 innings, both games. And the pitching matchup for this game is Mitch Keller for the Pittsburgh Pirates and Jose Urania for the Detroit Tigers. And the Detroit Tigers are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Pirates to win this game on the road in Detroit, and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. Did I tell you guys the over on the Diamondbacks and Reds? I'm going to tell you right now they're going to go under 8.5 runs in that game. So the Diamondbacks and Reds will go under, but the Tigers and the Pirates will go over 8.5 runs. Next up, we have the New York Yankees going to Cleveland to face the Indians. The Yankees come in at 6-11, and the Indians come in at 8-8. For the New York Yankees, their last series, they went 1-1 against the Braves. They split the series. They split the 2 games. And for the Cleveland Indians, they had a 1-game series against the White Sox, and they won that game by a final score of 8-5. The pitching matchup for this game is Domingo Germán for the New York Yankees and Aaron Cavale for the Cleveland Indians. And I don't know who's favored in this one, but give me the Indians to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Seattle Mariners going to Boston to face the Red Sox. The Mariners come in at 11-7, and the Red Sox come in at 12-7. For the Seattle Mariners, their last series, they went 1-1 against the Dodgers. They split with the Dodgers. And for the Boston Red Sox, they did the same. They split with the Blue Jays. They split the 2 games against the Blue Jays. They went 1-1. And the pitching matchup for this game is Justin Dunn for the Seattle Mariners and Nick Pivetta for the Boston Red Sox. And the Boston Red Sox are a favorite in this one. Give me the Red Sox to win this game at home, and give me the under 9.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Angels going to Houston to face the Astros. The Angels come in at 9-7, and the Astros come in at 7-10. For the Los Angeles Angels, they lost their series against the Rangers. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Rangers. And for the Houston Astros, they lost their series against the Rockies. They lost 2 games 0-0 against the Rockies. They lost a 2-game series against the Rockies. And the pitching matchup for this game is Alex Cobb for the Los Angeles Angels and Christian Javier for the Houston Astros. And the Houston Astros are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Angels to win this game on the road in Houston, and give me the under 9 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Miami Marlins going to San Francisco to face the Giants. The Marlins come in at 8-9, and the Giants come in at 11-7. For the Miami Marlins, their last series, they split against the Baltimore Orioles. They went 1-1 against the Orioles. And for the San Francisco Giants, they won their series against the Phillies, although they lost the last game. They won 2 out of the 3 games against the Phillies, but they did win the series. So the pitching matchup for this game is Daniel Castano for the Miami Marlins and Aaron Sanchez for the San Francisco Giants. And the San Francisco Giants are a favorite in this one. Give me the Giants to win this game at home, and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the San Diego Padres going to Los Angeles to face the Dodgers. The Padres come in at 10-10, and the Dodgers come in at 14-4. For the San Diego Padres, they got swept by the Brewers. They lost all 3 games against the Brewers. And for the LA Dodgers, they split their series against the Mariners. They went 1-1 against the Mariners. And the pitching matchup for this game is Ryan Weathers for the San Diego Padres and Walker Buehler for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And the Los Angeles Dodgers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Dodgers to win this game at home, and give me the over 7.5 runs in that game. And that does it for today's picks for tomorrow's games. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.